can.
New heights, same biblical focus. New heights, same academic drive.
We will continue to shape articulate, confident Christians, ready to step into the world with a strong moral compass, secure in themselves and their beliefs.
Taking Christian education to new heights.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have the opening Jamboree for the boys 2024 soccer season here in Carthage, Missouri. Carthage High School hosting. The first game will be New Heights Cougars versus the Webb City Cardinals. We have 25-minute periods. We'll have 6 of those tonight. The Cougars play at 6, 7, and 8:30. They'll take on Webb City in the first game, then Carl Junction, and we'll wrap up the night with Carthage. New Heights is wearing their practice tops, these lime green practice tops. I don't think they could wear these in an actual game because they match the ref uniforms, but this is just a practice to get ready for our opening game, which will be the Webb City Shootout on Friday. They have a game at 1:30 in the afternoon. Got Brad Parker joining me tonight in the booth. Brad, go ahead and put that headset on. Can you hear yourself?
I hope so. Yep.
All right, good.
Appreciate you inviting me up here in the air conditioning.
Yeah, so initially I thought I was going to have to ref some games tonight, but they found a third official, so I get to be in the booth all night. I asked Brad to help me out in case I needed to run down and do some of the matches, but Brad's from Carl Junction and has a player on the Carl Junction team, Elliot Parker. Brad, I didn't see the Carl Junction fall preview yet. Are they doing one? Do you know?
I'm not sure if they are. I meant to email Ozark Sports Zone to see if that was going to happen, but hasn't been published yet.
So Carl Junction is looking to have a strong year this year, I believe. That their junior class has been that one that we've been waiting for several years, and they seem to be pretty deep.
Yeah, they have a lot of boys in that junior class, and then some returning seniors and a couple sophomores that were either starters or got a lot of playing time last year. So looking to use that depth and challenge other teams with some intensity.
Absolutely. Yeah, New Heights has 3 returning All-State players. Michael Perrigan leads the way as the first-team All-State selection. He had 23 goals and 14 assists in his junior campaign. He'll run the attacking mid, the number 10 position for the Cougars tonight. Hudson Clevenger was second-team All-State last year, mostly played up top in that number 9 position. He's going to move back to more of a defensive mid position this year. That's where he's more comfortable getting a little bit more time on the ball. And we feel like the development of some of our other players has allowed Hudson to get back into more of a midfield position. And then our final All-State player was Liam Nelson. Liam was a center back by preference, but we moved him out to the wing last year to create a little bit more opportunities up top, and his speed just really causes trouble for the defense. But he's going to mostly play on the back line for us this year unless things change. But 3 All-State players coming back for us. We did have Ben Schumacher as an All-District player, so we have 4 All-District players from last year returning. Ben will play in the midfield for us also. Our strength is really through the middle, and then we have a little bit more youth on the wings. All right, the game's underway. Early possession by Schumacher in the middle of the field. Stolen away by the Cardinals. Perigin comes back. It's congestion in the middle. Schumacher's able to gain it and drop it back to Nelson on the back line. Good touch into Clevenger in the middle of the field. Clevenger trying to get through, stolen by the Cardinals. I believe that's Speakreed on the ball, Hudson Speakreed. Stolen back by Meningus on the side. Brandon Schumacher to the ball. Meningus clears it to the middle. Nobody there to possess for the Cougars and stolen back by the Cardinals. Held ready with the ball in the middle. Swung over to the far side. Bennett Thomas comes up to pressure. Clevenger clears it into the corner for Nelson. Nelson takes his time, looking at his options, all the way into the corner, and is able to win the goal kick for the Cougars. Cougars will probably play a 4-5-1 or a 5-4-1, depending on what they feel their opportunities are. It may look like a 4-2-3-1 at times. Cason Hamlin, the sophomore, will be up top for the Cougars most of the time. Cougars played out of the back. That's Gavin Dole on the back line. Just freshly bleached hair, it looks like.
Ready for the season.
Yeah, exactly. Nelson challenges on the sideline and out of bounds. Cougars win possession. Dole with the ball, sends it in the middle of the field. Clevenger with his chest, fighting for possession. Over to Thomas. He gets a shoulder on it up to Hamlin. Fight for possession in the middle of the field. Cardinals are able to win it down to the near side. Played down the line. Anretter's there, and Meningus steps in to clear it away. Ball's going to go all the way out. Looks like it will be a corner kick for the Cardinals.
Is it Hamlin that's returning this year from an injury?
Bennett Thomas is returning from an injury. He's got that brace on his right knee. It was actually a backyard football injury. Just landed on it wrong in the yard. Ended up tearing his ACL.
Oh, that's bad luck.
So we don't know how many minutes he can go on a regular basis. He'll have to wean into the season a little bit. All right, corner kick for the Cardinals from the near side. Spinning ball in. Stewart gets his hands on and is able to corral it. Outlet to Perigin with some room in front. Perigin gets challenged from behind, has a defender on him, is able to clear it out of bounds on the near side, throwing for the Cougars.
It was a nice, quick counter there. Goalie looking to open the field up a little bit by throwing it out wide.
Meningus will take the throw for the Cougars on the near side. Plays it back to Anretter. Dangerous play. And you can see that back line, pressure cover balance, gave away that opportunity. Cardinals play it wide and can't finish. But, yeah, that's just a misunderstanding of positioning by the back line. If you're going to play that drop, you have to have your weak side outside back all the way back into your balanced position, so you have 2 back.
This is the nice thing about this Jamboree. 4 quality teams playing, so you're getting a good run at it.
Dole up to Schumacher. He's able to settle. Played back to Nelson. Nelson sends it forward. Cardinals put it in the middle of the field. Hamlin steps back, wins the ball to Schumacher. Schumacher tries to play a ball through on the run to his brother Brandon. Brandon challenging on the back line and played all the way back to the keeper. Cougars coming to high press as the Cardinals outlet on the far side. Played into the middle, good connection pass into some space. Cardinals patient on the ball, play it back to the back line. Over on the near side, Meningas comes in to challenge. Good tackle by Anretter and out of bounds. Throw in for the Cardinals.
Well played to put that fire out.
I know several of the Webb City players, but it's hard for me to actually tell who's who. I think that's speaker there, number 11, but number 10 could be. Do you know about that?
I'm not sure. I was hoping there would be a program.
Ball played out to the near side to Meningas. Into the middle of Clevenger. Clevenger sends it up top.
Dangerous ball.
Perigin gets it into the attacking third. And the Cardinals are able to clear. Liam Nelson steps up, plays it back into the middle. Perigin tracks back for the ball. Gets it and is able to turn. Looking at his options, plays it through to Hamlin. Deflected away by the Cardinals. Over here to the near side. Meningas plays it back in. Switch of the field as Nelson has position and will let it run out of bounds. There'll be a throw in on the far side for the Cardinals. I'm sorry, for the Cougars. $18 minutes left in this period. Throw in down the far sideline. Cardinals are able to win possession. Foul called on the Cougars. Free kick for the Cardinals. Cardinals commit 5 guys to the top of the box. Driven ball in with the left foot. Clevenger clears it out with his head, and it'll be a corner kick for the Cardinals. The Cougars have a tough schedule in September. They play, I probably won't get the order of this right, but they play Monette, Carthage, Joplin, Logan Rogersville, Carl Junction, and those are all teams that would be tough tests for the Cougars. So that they'll have a couple different philosophies of play as the season goes. The September schedule is a much tougher schedule than their October schedule, so they'll be a little bit more defensive, and that's kind of what they're showing tonight in the Jamboree. They'll be more of a counterattack. If they get an opportunity, they may play it ahead and make the run, but for the most part, they're going to try to keep their guys back and defend.
And those are all bigger schools. They're all quality opponents. They'll be well prepared for districts. They'll probably see a little step down in competition for the first few rounds.
Cougars back in play. Ball sent in the middle, stolen by the Cardinals at the top of the box. Dole comes in and defends and clears it away to the near side. Schumacher over to pressure. Stolen by the Cardinals, but Anretter's there. Good feet. Carries into the middle. Plays it up to Schumacher just too far ahead. Ball back to the Cardinals. Foul called on the far side, and the Cougars will get a free kick. Still good backspin ball down the far sideline. Thomas is there, but can't corral it, and it goes out of bounds for a throw-in for the Cardinals. Cardinals back in the middle of the field. Ball played off the mark wide, out of bounds for the Cougars throw. About 10 minutes in now to the Jamboree. We're looking for our first subs to check in. That's Lucas Nagel checking in the game. Nangle for the Cougars. Brandon Schumacher subs out. All right, finally have the ball back. Nelson takes the throw. Perigin contests, drops to the Cardinals. Dole comes in for the slide. Loose ball, turned into the box. Clevenger helps back, is able to win it and turn it wide. Ball played down the line with his left foot. Hamlin comes back. Ball goes to Schumacher, chipped up to Hamlin. Hamlin's able to win possession. Congestion there on the side. Hamlin gets through. Tracks it back to Thomas. Thomas carries, holds up play. And knocked away by the Cardinals will be a throw-in for the Cougars in the offensive half. Perigin leaves it for Schumacher. Schumacher gives it back to Perigin. Ball played through to the backside for Nangle. Nangle gets a touch on it and cleared away by the Cardinals.
Such a great ball through. Do that a couple more times and one will end up in the net.
Absolutely. Cardinals in transition. Back into possession. Played wide but off the mark. And they're able to track back, get possession. Nangle comes up to pressure. Chipped over the top. Played through. Dole's there to win it. Dole up ahead to Hamlin. Hamlin lets it run and into the box as the Cardinals shield for their keeper. I believe that's Caden Powers. Is that the right name?
Yeah, I believe so.
Caden Powers in the goal for the Cardinals.
I'm sorry. Cade Weston.
Cade Weston, okay.
I believe he's a 3-year starter, maybe 4-year. No, couldn't be 4 years. Is he a senior?
I believe so.
Yep, he is a senior. Powers is Xander.
Oh yeah, Xander Powers is in the midfield for the Cardinals.
And this will be a good Webb City team. They return a lot of depth from a team that looked like they had a good chance of winning districts, but fell at the last minute to Central.
Ball sent in. Stewart's there and is able to get on top of it.
It's well played by the keeper to track that in. It's hard with someone contesting like that.
Meningus has the ball, gets challenged, foul called, and it'll be a free kick for the Cougars. The Jamboree is also a good test to prepare for how to have balls ready for the game.
We could do well with a ball boy. Having the players chase him when it's 97 is a bit much.
Big ball up ahead into the box. Perigin gets a good touch on it, and Cardinals do a good job clearing it away. Nangle over there to the corner. He lets it run out of bounds. And then some subs are going to check in the game for both squads. Hamlin will get a breather as Justin Boney checks in up top for the Cougars. 3 subs coming in for the Cardinals.
Did Boney play some keeper last year?
Yeah, Boney played keeper in the Carl Junction game.
Is it just that one?
Yeah. He played in the Logan Rogersville game also.
Okay.
Just 2 games. Perigin sends it into the box. Boney had 6 goals on the year last year. Ball played all the way back. Anredder dropping to the keeper. Stewart settles. Good challenge by the Cardinals. That's Kai in the game. Don't know his last name, but Kai in the scrimmage the other night had a couple nice goals that, including a bicycle kick, that were pretty impressive. Dole out of the back, plays it over to Nangle on the near side. Nangle cuts it back to Anredder. Webb City, that's Powers. Meningus comes in with a slide tackle. Powers still in possession. Webb City into the middle of the field. Played to the near side. Ball sent to the top. Nelson is there on the back side. Chase for the corner. Nelson shields. And good job, goes out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for the Cougars. Under 10 to play. No shots on goal yet, I don't think.
Not that I would have scored. A few balls in, but nothing that was a shot.
Played out of the back to Nelson on the far side. Nelson has some pressure on him, plays it wide to Thomas. Thomas able to stay in possession. Wins it down the line, but the Cardinals steal. Drop back to the back line as Boney pressures. Nangle on the near side comes up to pressure the ball. Meningus gets a touch, gets it to Perigin. Perigin drop back to Clevenger. Clevenger looks up top, plays it over the top to Nangle on the run. Good win by the Webb City defender, but Perigin was making the run, gets back to the ball. Webb City, good transition back to the top, played over. Nelson chases back. Nelson again shielding and is able to win it out of bounds on the far side for a throw-in for the Cougars.
Very heads-up play to be able to shield the ball for a solid 10 yards there.
Yeah, lets everyone get back in shape. I mean, it's obviously if he can win it up the field, that's good too, but let his team get back and reset. Shorten the game maybe a little bit too is a thought. Cardinals back into possession at the top. Shot goes over. It'll be another goal kick for the Cougars.
Cougars doing a good job absorbing that pressure from Webb City. They've controlled the ball quite a bit, but haven't had a strong opportunity on goal yet.
Boney with his head back to Schumacher. Schumacher tries to play it back up top to Boney, stolen away by the Cardinals. Ball played into the middle. Perigin's there to win position and played over the top for Nangle to chase down to the near side. Drop back to the keeper. Not a great touch on it. Weston clears it up. Schumacher there. Gets it to Perigin. Perigin tries to play it through. Deflected away by the Cardinals. That looked like a good opportunity. Cardinals back into possession. That's Powers on the ball. Meningus steps in and clears it away. Throw in for the Cardinals on the near side. Just about 6 minutes left to play in this first 25-minute match. When this game ends, there'll be a 5-minute break, and then Carthage will take on Junction. Cardinals back into play. Back to their center back with plenty of room. Boney chases over. Switch to the field to the far side. Back into the middle as Nangle comes up to pressure. Cardinals stretching the field. Played in the middle. Perigin deflects. Fight for the ball in the air. Cardinals come down with it. Schumacher's there in the middle to steal. And Pearson asked for a clock stop there, actually. Pearson doesn't look like he's wearing socks anymore. I'm not sure what happened. Could you tell?
No, I'm not sure what just happened there.
Maybe some head contact. He went up for the ball with a Webb City challenger. Maybe they connected heads. It looks like he's holding his head a little bit as he's walking off.
Yeah, if there was contact to the head and he went to the ground, he'll have to come out. For the,
So
concussion
Schumacher
protocol.
is sub back in the game for Pearson. And they'll play a drop ball and a restart of the clock. Ball in middle, Webb City possessing. Ben Schumacher gets a touch on it, back to Webb City. Smathers on the far side defending. He subbed in for Bennett Thomas. Nelson wins it on the corner, and again, we'll let it run out for a goal kick for the Cougars. Clevenger comes all the way back to take the goal kick. Spinning ball over to the side. That's a tough ball to handle, and it goes out of bounds. Tough ball to control, I should say, since you're not allowed to handle.
Typically.
Back into the middle for the Cardinals. Some rim in front. Schumacher comes over to challenge. Clevenger knocks it away. Brandon Schumacher on the chase. Nelson's there to steal. Back in the middle for Clevenger at the pivot. Clevenger up ahead to Schumacher. Stolen back by the Cardinals.
Under 4 minutes now. I think we'll see a tick up in intensity from both sides.
Ben Schumacher's able to win possession. Plays it wide to Smathers. Goes out of bounds. Webb City throw in. Webb lets it run into the box. Nelson chases back. And again, Nelson shielding and wins the possession. Looks like they called a foul there, but they're going to play it as a foul out of the back. Restart over to the far side. Nelson with the ball. Into the middle for Schumacher at the pivot. Stolen away by the Cardinals. Cardinals patiently back to the center back. Played into the middle on the turn. Clevenger comes in to defend. He gets by the first defender. Enrider slides. Shot goes wide of the goal. And a goal kick is the result. It's a nice run by the Cardinals.
Yeah, Webb City doing a good job. Making some space in the middle, getting a shot off, maybe a little early, a little far, but it was a good attempt.
Cougars again taking their time. Clevenger plays a high ball. First touch by the Cardinals into the middle. Ben Schumacher comes over to challenge. Cardinals possess. Clevenger's there to defend in front. He deflects. Still in possession for the Cardinals. Clevenger steps in, again deflects. Cardinals still possessing. Ball played through, rolls all the way through the box, and Stewart's there on the backside to clean it up. Rolled out to Clevenger. He can't control the first touch. Into transition opportunity, shot from too deep. Deflection. And that's actually Grayson Crumrine in the game for the Cougars. I didn't notice him sub in. He's in for Anreder, it looks like.
Webb City making a few more chances happen. Getting a little rhythm in the midfield.
Ruben Brake subbing in the game for the Cougars as Lucas Nangle subs out on the right wing. Stewart will restart play with a short ball to Gavin Dole. Dole looking to switch the field, touched by the Cardinals player. Break challenges. Into the middle of the field. Ball played through, too heavy, and that will roll all the way through to Stewart. Stewart sends the top spinning ball to the far side. Smathers chases back. Into the middle. Played wide, just too far ahead, and throw in for the Cougars as the result. Smathers is there to take the throw, but he'll leave it for Nelson. Nelson plays it up to Brandon Schumacher. Cardinals possess into the middle.
Clock winding down, it'd be hard to get another shot on, but this could be the attempt.
And that's the horn. So no score in the first match between the Cougars and the Cardinals. And we'll take a 5-minute break and be back for Carthage versus Carl Junction. Okay, we're back, ready to get started with the Carthage versus Carl Junction matchup.
For the first time in a long time, this will be the only time Carthage and Carl Junction face off. Carl Junction joining a new district or a new conference, some realignment happening in Southwest Missouri. They're joining the Ozark Mountain Conference. Teams and schools that are more in line with their size. They're Class 3 school. They were by far the smallest school in their current conference. So looking forward to playing some competition that's more in line with their school size.
Yeah, the thing I've noticed about soccer especially is that, well, I mean, football is the same thing. It's when you have a sport that requires 11 players on the field, the depth of the school really, it just changes what you can do as a team. When you can run in another 11 players that are as good as the ones you pulled out, a team that may have 11 good players just can't compete with that. And that's where the school size balance is really a factor.
It certainly does. And you get waxing and waning in class size, other things that kind of affect the turnout in these sports. So the new Ozark Mountain Conference is Oliver, Branson, Carl Junction, Logan Rogersville, Marshfield, West Plains, and Hillcrest.
Yeah, the only thing that doesn't make sense about that conference is West Plains.
It's a long way, and West Plains needed a conference, so they're fairly close to Branson, but then you get Carl Junction making a 3.5-hour drive to West Plains. But
yeah,
nice thing about it, you usually do home and away in these situations. So over a 4-year high school career, you only make the trip twice.
All right, we're underway for the Carl Junction Carthage matchup. Ball in the middle of the field, won by the Tigers. That was Sam Hammond on the near side, deflected it off the Carthage player. I believe that was Kenny Fuentes. Trosper defending on the ball. Carthage has some rebuilding to do. They lost their two main scorers from last year, maybe the best player in the state in Wele Wele, or at least in the area. State may be too much to say since we don't really see those other schools, but
it's hard to imagine him not being in the conversation, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think between their two top scorers, they're missing 100 goals. But Carthage is the perfect example of a team with a lot of depth. So
right.
Someone will step in and take those shots.
Teeter gets a good ball up to Perkins. Over to Kauk. Nolan Kauk had a chance but couldn't possess it. Carthage into transition. Kauger steps in and deflects. Do the Bulldogs have new uniforms this year?
Next year, looking to buy some pink kits for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but that hasn't happened yet.
That's Helton on the ball. Gets it over to Perkins on the far side. Perkins went in position, but gets called for the foul as he kind of pushed off there on the...
Yeah, it looks like he might have hooked him over the shoulder.
I think some of the numbers are different than last year anyway. I don't think Kauk was number 7 last year.
That's correct. Those guys get a little bigger, and those old jerseys didn't fit anymore. It's the thing, bigger, stronger, faster every year. It's a great through ball from Carthage.
Into the box, played across. That was Falcon coming back on the backside for the Bulldogs. Takes away the threat into the middle of the field. Number 24, Helton. Landolt heads it into the far corner. Helton again wins it over to Teeter. Back into possession for the Tigers. Played across the box. Falcon clears it away. It's Latham on the ball for the Tigers. Trosper, a good ball on the ground to Kauk on the run. Kauk, another good touch to Perkins. Perkins tries to cut it back into the middle, and good deflection to clear away the threat by the Tigers.
It was a good quick counter. Had a lot of potential. A lot of optimism for Carl Junction this year. They've got 11 juniors with a lot of experience and 5 seniors. So looking to leverage that depth.
Tigers patiently playing it out of the back.
Yeah, looking to open the field up, make the defenders commit, and make some lanes for passing.
Ball played over the top. Landalt's there one-on-one. Carthage holds up play. And handball called on the Tigers. Blake Miller comes up out of the goal to take the free kick. Played a knuckleball up there. Into possession for Helton. Just plays it too hard through the line and rolls all the way to the keeper. Tigers into the middle of the field. That's Dylan McGuire. Played it up to Gavin Cowger, stolen back by the Tigers. Teeter tracks back to win the possession. On the far side, heavy challenge for the ball and deflected away by the Bulldogs, throwing for the Tigers. Back into play. Tigers drop back to the back line. Good ball up to the front. Diagonal run. Landalt challenging. Ball's loose in the box. Played across, and Falcons there to clear it away.
Heads up play by Hunter to be in the right spot there.
Into the corner. Tigers still in possession. Sent across again as Landalt heads it away. 12 yards out, shot taken, and goes well wide of the goal. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Tell you what, that's what the Tigers do so well, is they get a shot and then they possess. And they keep it in that final third for so long, just wait for a mistake to happen, and then they capitalize on it. Good job by the Bulldogs to win that. Tigers back into possession off the goal kick. Chip over the top. Chase to the corner as the Tigers are able to keep it in. Back into the box. Aldo Sanchez is there and scores the goal.
Yep, when you can get all the way in the box and pass the ball back, it gives you a lot of options for taking a shot.
Yeah, when I initially saw that play, I thought that was a ball that was going to go after as it rolled over to the corner. But it was too far out into the corner. But it was a lazy ball that just kind of caused trouble. I think maybe the Bulldogs got caught thinking it was going to go out of play.
Yeah, I think it had a little backspin on it. They assumed it was going to roll through.
All right, back to the action. Tigers scoring the first goal of the Jamboree. It did stop the clock on that goal, so I'm a little bit ahead. I'll hold the clock here while we get it back to the correct time.
My understanding was clock would run, but shouldn't make too much difference.
Teeter's challenge for the ball. Ref says play on. Played to the far side. Hammond on it. Gets it wide to Trosper. Strasburg looking at an option, and Kenny knocks it out of play, throwing for the Bulldogs. McGuire drops it to Hammond all the way back to Landault. Landault back to Miller in the box. A driving ball stolen away by the Tigers. McGuire comes up and repossesses. Tries to play it over the top, but got too high on the ball and stolen away by the Tigers. Switch to the field by the Tigers to the near side. He's able to keep it in. Hammond defending, knocks it off of Hammond's leg and out of bounds for a throw-in for the Tigers.
And Carthage has had a lot of success with those through balls, creating some width, creating some lanes in the field with that width.
Tigers back into possession. Cross from the edge. Headed away by the Bulldogs, all the way up to the near side. Back to the back line, played into the pivot. Bulldogs steal. And foul called on Latham. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Landault will take the free kick. Back spinning ball to the top. Header won by the Tigers into Aldo. I believe that's Axel on the far side. Into the middle, open shot, deflected away by Landault.
Out for a corner.
Yep, corner kick for the Tigers. Several of these players played with Dylan McGuire, Zach Teeter, and Ben Schumacher from New Heights. Played together with several of these Carthage players on the Sporting Springfield squad in the spring.
That's the fun thing about this Jamboree. I think all four teams have a lot of familiarity with each other, both as teams and as individuals.
Header by Latham goes wide of the frame, and goal kick is the result. Miller was looking for a quick restart, but they're making some subs. The Bulldogs had some early threats, but the Tigers have really controlled the last, 10 minutes of the game, I'd say. Five minutes of the game, I should say, because we're only 10 minutes in. So time gets away from you, but I guess it was about 18 minutes that the Tigers scored their goal. Trosper wins the header up to Cowger.
Cowger with a nice flick on.
Cowger throws it in over the top for Perkins. Chase for the ball, and Perkins can't get there in time. Goal kick for the Tigers. Tigers have a lot of space on the backside as Cowger comes over. Bulldogs dispossess. Give it to Cowger, to Trosper, back to Cowger. Fight for possession. Latham's able to win it. Latham played center back for him last season, but it looks like he's playing more of a midfield. Shot across is deflected away by Landault, and it'll be another corner kick for the Tigers. Ball played in, dangerous. Tigers.
Looks like they got him with a handball there.
Tigers get called for the handball. Will be a free kick coming out for the Bulldogs. Miller takes the driving ball. Tigers first to touch. Cowger runs on. Perkins pushes to get space. And Tigers are able to get back to it. Played it back to the keeper. Switch to the far side. Tigers do a really nice job of spreading the field, making it hard to track down the ball. Stolen away by the Bulldogs. Cowger up ahead to Kauk. Kauk on the run, looking to get into the edge. And I don't know if that was a shot or a clear by the Tigers, but
Yeah, it was clear.
saved by the Tigers goalie nonetheless.
Close to a pass back, but I don't think the intent was there.
Tigers back into possession, working the back line. Into the pivot. Switch of the field to the far side.
Carl Junction looking content to let Carthage control the ball a little bit. Not
Into
sure
the
if we'll
corner.
see more tempo later on from them, or if they're trying to make time for a counter. Absorb a little pressure.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are definitely playing a zonal marking, and the Tigers do such a good job of finding space that you almost feel the desire to put them into a man marking, just to take away some of those direct passes.
Blake Miller getting as much exercise as anyone out there chasing balls down.
Miller in the pink socks. They'll have to come up with a different one if they get the pink jerseys.
That's true, yeah. Or play the field. Blake, a 3-year starter at varsity, always has solid seasons. I believe he was all district last year.
Shot taken by the Tigers goes just wide on the far post. There'll be another goal kick for the Bulldogs. Take a look back at that opportunity. Another through ball.
It's a tough angle. Miller cut him off from most of the goal there.
Miller plays all the way to the far side. Parker gets a touch. That's Elliot Parker. I didn't see the subs come in the game. I don't know.
I think Elliott was the only one that came on, and Hunter came off.
Oh, okay.
Hunter Falcon.
So Parker's playing on that right back. Are they in a 3-5-2?
They've got 4 in the back, and they flex the wings up some, so they'll attack from the wing, depending on what side of the field it's on.
Tigers at the top of the box, play to the weak side, wide open, and he sends it well over the goal. That's a tough one to finish with the far leg.
Yeah, it's a good run through, good space from Carthage, heads up play, getting that pass through. He had time to take another touch, but I don't think he knew that at the time.
Yeah, that's that backside marking on that pressure cover balance that's so easy to take a break on when you really, as the defender, you really got to haul back to mark that backside runner.
Yeah, you got to be able to rotate around and get the help back from the midfield on that backside.
Tigers play it to the near side. Teeter comes in and gets the slide tackle. Still fight for possession. Teeter will shield to win possession for a goal kick for the Bulldogs.
It looks like Zach has drifted back from more of a striker back to a defensive midfielder. Maybe he's playing the left back now.
Cowger gets a touch in the middle of the field, looks at his options, plays it through to Perkins. Perkins chases, and just too far out. Goes out of bounds. That was a nice opportunity for the Bulldogs if Perkins could have got a touch on that and possess.
Yeah, that's how you need to beat a team like Carthage, because they're gonna stop you if you come up the middle, but if you make a little space on the wings and play it back through.
If the setup right now is an indicator, I'd say they're in a 4-2-3-1, the Bulldogs. Dylan comes in on the challenge and knocks it away. Tigers will get the throw in.
Yeah, I think we're taking more of a defensive stance there. Carthage has had a lot of opportunities on offense, so it looks like Dylan McGuire and Kale Trosper playing some defensive midfielder in front of the four fullbacks.
And then the younger Cowger, Mason Cowger, is in the game. I'm not sure when he subbed in, but he's in the midfield. Number 23 on the right, I know him. I just can't recall his name at the moment.
That's senior Carson Keller.
Carson Keller, that's right.
Flashes up the wings and shows off some speed a lot.
Ball played into the corner, shielded by
I believe that's Ryan Landell.
Landell over there. Knocked out a play by the Bulldogs. Will be a throw in for the Tigers on the far side. Just under 6 to play. Stolen away by the Bulldogs.
Kale Trosper stepping into the lane there and taking one away.
Trosper was trying to play a cutesy ball over the top, but just didn't get a good connection on it. Put it out of bounds. Tigers to the far side. Keller comes to pressure. Mason Cowger will take the throw in for the Bulldogs. Into the middle for McGuire. He heads it forward. Tigers back into possession. Perkins was reading that pass back, trying to steal it. Good job by the Tigers to be aware of that and not make that drop. Stolen away by Trosper in the middle. Over to Kauk. Kauk plays it over the top.
Nice
Late.
ball over the top. Carthage does well to get it out.
Yeah, the Bulldogs had 2 runners there, but Latham decides too dangerous and one touches it out of play.
Looks like Helton checking in for McGuire. And I believe Jaden Walker is getting ready to check in as well. Next opportunity for him.
Perkins sends it to the top of the box. Latham wins the header for the Tigers. Cowger bicycle kicks it all the way to the goal. And the Tigers back into possession.
I think the goalie's fighting the sun a little bit over on that side of the field, so it could have been a tougher challenge than it looked.
Ball played down the line. Backsided runner again by the Tigers is unmarked, but the Bulldogs have overloaded the ball side and they're able to win it.
Yeah, Carthage doing a good job in transition and getting a lot of players up.
Stolen away by Trosper. Fight for possession on the near side.
Trosper's tough to knock off the ball. He wrestles in the offseason.
Cowger on the run. Tries to play it down the line to Perkins, but good touch by the Tigers defender to clear that out of play.
Jaden checking in for Shea Perkins. Jaden's a freshman. Looks like he'll get quite a bit of run this year.
Is that Perkins' first sub out, or has he rotated?
This is the first time I remember him coming out. So I think we get further into these games tonight, we'll probably see a few more substitutes. Try to leverage that depth that we have.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are definitely deeper this year than they've been in years past. That's going to be a luxury for them.
Yeah, looking to play a lot of high intensity, pressure the ball, double team as much as we can.
Ball down the line. Keller chases. Latham's able to get there first and decides to play it out of play, throwing for the Bulldogs.
Make some opportunities in the last 15 minutes of game. Keep the fitness up. Not have any drop off in intensity.
Stolen away by the Tigers. Deflected by Parker, but into the middle of the field. Tigers into possession, played through on the far side. And offside flag is up. Bulldogs will get a free kick.
Miller's going to take that. 1 minute left. I think he's going to try to make this transition pretty quick.
Big ball over the top to the far side. First touch by the Tigers. Those free kick balls, you have to be the first one to touch. Dangerous play back by Landau. Miller's there to clear it away. And it'll be a throw in for the Tigers. 30 seconds to play.
Miller does well to control that and get it out.
Latham at the top makes a move. Shot deflected by Landau. Teeter's there. Challenge for the ball. Teeter wins it. Into the middle. Helton chasing. Teeter comes in with a heavy challenge. Tigers take the big shot at the buzzer, and that will do it for the Carthage CJ matchup. Final 1-0, so we'll go ahead and take another 5-minute break, and then CJ will stay on as New Heights comes back on for the next 25-minute period. Okay, we're back. It looks like the Bulldogs are going to start with the kickoff here in this third session. Bulldogs still on the field, and the Cougars are coming back on. And we're underway. 25 minutes on the clock. Schumacher and Jaden. What's Jaden's last name again?
I believe it's Walker.
Walker, that's right.
I'll double check that.
Cougars win possession. That's Clevenger on the ball, plays it to Thomas. Thomas gets through the first line into space, plays it to Hamlin. Hamlin tries to turn and gets poked away. Miller's able to cover the ball.
That is indeed Jaden Walker.
Falcon on the far side tries to play it to Teeter, but just off the target. And the Cougars will get the throw. Bennett Thomas throws it in to Perigin. Perigin wins it with his chest. Plays it over to Hamlin. Hamlin can't control it. Teeter on the Trosper on the back line plays it wide to Hammond, or as I like to call him, Salmon. Trosper back to Landault. Landault retreats and drops back to Miller. Case and Hamlin pressuring the ball. Falcon good touch and turn as he opens up to play. Plays it to Schumacher, though, stolen back by Helton into the middle of the field to Kauk. Kauk has a lot of space. Stays on possession. Shot from 35. And good hands by Rush Stewart to make that save. That actually looked like it may sneak through as he caught that.
Yeah, it had a good drop on it.
Clevenger gets the turn in the middle of the field. Plays the through ball. Finds Thomas on the run on the far side. Bennett Thomas tracking to the ball. Being defended by Falcon. Thomas drops it to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher plays it across to his brother Brandon. Brandon gets a touch back into the middle. Hamlin's there. Loose ball as Miller comes up and is able to corral it.
Schumacher's definitely on the same wavelength there. That's a great ball across.
Teeter in possession on the far side. Plays it down the line to Carson. What's Carson's last name again?
Keller.
Keller. Trying to blank on that for some reason.
Tough ball back, well controlled by the goalie. It's tempting to grab those, but it was questionable. You might have got a call on that.
Teeter plays it through, deflected away. Anretter's there to clear it. Hamlin, good job with his chest, wins it down, leaves it for Perigin. Perigin drops to Clevenger. Clevenger is able to get there. Pushes through the first connection. Walker plays it wide, cleared away by I guess it was played out by the Bulldogs. So Cougars have possession. Perigin throws it in down the line. Trosper's there first. Schumacher and Hamlin there to pressure. And Trosper tried to carry it through, lost it out of bounds, throwing for the Cougars.
Yep. Just ran out of space.
Clevenger comes over to take the throw to the top for Perigin. Perigin heads it forward into space for Thomas. Thomas gets pushed from behind. Not enough for a foul.
Definitely enough to alter the shot.
And that will be in the hands for Blake Miller. Played out of the back to Trosper. Trosper on the ground to Hammond. Into the middle, Perigin comes to challenge. Meningus plays it into Hamlin. Hamlin with his back to the goal leaves it for Schumacher. Schumacher plays it through to Perigin, cleared away by Landault. Brandon Schumacher back to the ball, makes a good first touch, tries to play it through to Perigin, deflected away by the Bulldogs. Back into the middle of the field, Clevenger pops it up into the air. Keller back for the ball. Thomas pushes, and he says, "What?"
Zach's a big boy. It's tough to move him in the air. There was some pretty good contact there.
I think Thomas was saying, "I didn't get the push in the back in the box. Why is that a foul?" But that was, they were both probably fouls, but you usually don't get the foul in the box.
Yeah, it's going to be a little heavier in the box. referee doesn't want to impact the game too much.
Schumacher plays it through to Hamlin. First touch falls to Perigin. Perigin trying to get an edge on Landault. Into the box, Landault does a good job clearing it away. And it goes out of bounds into the corner. That'll be a corner kick for the Cougars. Perigin's over to grab the ball. I don't know if Perigin will take the corner or if he'll have Schumacher come over to take it. Perigin's really good in the air, so we like to have him in the box to get those opportunities.
It's a tough shutdown by Ryan Landell there. Perigin's tough one-on-one.
Then Schumacher flops it up in the air, goes out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Miller, good transition opportunity. Walker out ahead. Shot from distance. Good idea. It looked like it was going to be in from here.
Yeah, that was a good touch through by Jaden. He made some space for himself, ran up on the ball, felt the pressure, and got a good shot off. Didn't go where he wanted, but keep making those chances.
Cougars playing it out of the back. Dole to Anredder. Over to the far side for Nelson. Nelson up ahead to Schumacher. Falls to Perigin. Perigin tries to cut it back. A lot of contact there by Perigin, and he gets called for the hold. I think that's the right call. Perigin doesn't like it, but when you pull someone's shirt and they fall down, that's usually going to be a foul.
It's tough to get away with the shirt pull.
Teeter setting up for the free kick.
Got all of that one. Real dangerous ball to the back corner of the goal post. Kauk wasn't able to control it, but definitely a good challenge.
Yeah, just a little too deep. Kauk almost brought that in.
Perigin's still pleading his case.
Clevenger, high ball. Hammond's first to touch, falls into the middle. Hamlin's there. Schumacher settles it in the center circle. Being pressured by Helton. Schumacher fighting for possession. Plays it through to Thomas.
It's a good ball.
Thomas lets it run into the box, takes the shot, and Miller's there for the save. That was a sneaky play by Thomas, but he just didn't get enough on that shot. Put it right at Miller's feet. High ball into the center circle. Clevenger bullying Walker and gets called for the foul.
Yeah, letting the freshman know he's there, but Jaden Walker's pretty tough.
Trosper takes the free kick, switching the field. Keller tries to settle it in the air, but can't control it, and it's going to roll all the way to the corner. Goes out for a throw-in for the Cougars.
Oh, we got some extra balls now. That's a good development. Somebody must have gone to academy.
Throw in cleared away by Keller.
It's a good thing they got some extras.
Yeah. We're going to get that one anyway. Perigin runs over to grab it. Nelson will take the throw in again for the Cougars. Plays it to Perigin. Perigin clears it through all the way to Hamlin. Hamlin looking to turn, plays it to Thomas. Ball falls loose to Clevenger. Clevenger tried to tap it to Perigin, but Perigin was on the run and goes out of play. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Keller to Teeter. Teeter chips it over to the top. Keller plays it too heavy all the way through, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cougars.
Brian, I'm curious, Misha referees, is this the only colored jersey that they have, or is it like USSF where there's...
You know, with the Misha jerseys, they just wear these, and I don't think you're allowed to wear the color we're wearing because of that.
Yeah. I could see where that would be problematic.
Yeah. Clevenger takes the goal kick into the center circle. Trosper tries for the header, goes over the top. Falcon plays it wide to Hammond. Hammond's able to save it with his left. Anredder's there. Anredder makes the first touch as Walker comes in on the challenge. Out of bounds by the Cougars, thrown for the Bulldogs. Mason Cowger there takes the throw. Bounces over. Schumacher plays it back. Peregrina's able to steal. Meningus plays it back into the middle. Boney in the game gets a first touch. Ben Schumacher comes on and gets a touch back in. So the Cougars made some subs when I wasn't paying attention. So it looks like their front line they subbed. We got Nangle on the left side, Boney up top, and number 37 in the game. That's Connor Perry on the right side for the Cougars. Miller plays it out of the back with a lot of space for Hammond. Played through. Anredder is able to deflect it over to Peregrine. Peregrine looking for the line. Hammond's able to win the ball to Cowger. Mason Cowger plays it through, and Anredder gets a touch to deflect. Good job by Stewart to come up to play it. Keller chases back and wins the ball. Gets it to Kauk. Kauk tries to play it through. Meningus gets a touch. Walker.
It's the call. Looked like a 50-50.
Yeah, that was that may have been a well orchestrated flop by Walker. Looked like Nixon and Meningus were actually in possession when Walker went down.
Looks like we got Gavin Cowger coming in for Carson Keller. Elliot Parker and Dylan McGuire queued up on the next ball in.
4-man, 8-yard wall for the Cougars, but maybe 5 yards. Kauk takes the kick right into Anredder's side, and deflection is scored for the goal.
Was that off Mason Cowger? We're going to see a replay.
Let's take a look back at that on replay. It's off Anredder's butt. Kauk plays it back in. Looks like it's an own goal off Meningus's left foot. Just unlucky play for the Cougars. And the Bulldogs get their first goal of the Jamboree, leading 1-0.
And McGuire checked in for Landell. And I'm not sure who Elliot Parker went in for.
Meningus to Crumrine. Crumrine checked in for the Cougars. Gets it to Clevenger on the pivot. Clevenger carrying in the middle of the field. Plays it through to Schumacher on the run. Schumacher lets it run to Nangle on the far side. Falcons there, and McGuire on the backside plays it back to Walker. Clevenger comes in and dispossesses, out of bounds, thrown for the Bulldogs. I think Schumacher should have taken that if he could have got to it. Maybe it was just a little bit too far in front of him. But you definitely want that ball at the top of the box rather than in the corner if you can get it. Number 25 in the game for the Bulldogs, that is Lucas
Denton?
Yep. Helton on the ball for the Bulldogs.
It's another freshman that will get some playing time, part of that depth.
Stewart does a nice job coming out of the box and clearing the threat away.
Yeah, if he hadn't come out on that, it would have been a tough play to stop Gavin Cowger.
Nelson and Cowger challenge. Nelson sends it into the stands, throwing for the Bulldogs.
Starting to get a good crowd here, despite the heat.
Definitely feels a little easier on the players now that it's in the shade. At least most of the field is. Cowger on the ball. Schumacher defending. Crumrine comes in to defend. Helton on the ball.
Walker does good to control there and make the safe pass.
Into the corner. Nelson working for position. Still in play. Nelson's able to clear it up to Nangle. Nangle plays it up ahead to Boney. And foul called.
Yeah, they're getting Zach Teeter with a late slide tackle.
Probably get a yellow in the game for that if you're going to stop a promising attack.
Nelson did a good job to put the fire out back there. His physicality really comes into play.
Clevenger high ball into the top. First touch by the Bulldogs. Is number 1 Falcon?
Yep, that's Hunter Falcon.
Okay. I've been saying that the whole game, but for some reason it didn't look like him there.
You know they all look different every year. I haven't got used to everybody yet.
Nelson and Cowger challenge. Nelson's able to win the foot race and knocked out of bounds on Cowger, throw in for the Cougars. Nelson back into the middle, stolen away by Teeter. Teeter trying to win it down. Clevenger tracks back. Krumrine in. Teeter went
Teeter
down.
doesn't get the call.
Did not get the call. Went down very hard.
I may have given him that
I probably would have given him a yellow for simulation, but that's just me.
one.
Helton at the top takes the shot with his left, ends off the mark. Goal kick for the Cougars.
Carl Junction going to their bench again. Using some more of that depth. Isaac Brown coming on, and I'm not sure who that is. Number 12? I apologize. So we're about 50 consecutive minutes in of soccer for Carl Junction. So starting to see if they can wear some teams down in this Jamboree.
Meningus wide to Connor Perry. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Elliot Parker there to take the throw. Meningus with the hard challenge on the kick by Denton. And no call. Stewart's clearing it away. Boney off the shoulder. Brake settles it in the middle of the field. Brake gets through the first line. Parker defending. Parker's able to steal and put it into the middle for Kauk. Up to Parker. Patient on the ball. Plays a good ball to the far side to Isaac Brown. Teeter making the run. Nelson comes in and makes a good tackle.
That was a good tackle, and he kept it in. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, flag goes up. Just went out.
Very close. And more subs from Carl Junction. We got Shea Perkins back in. I don't know if he's been in this game yet.
Yeah, I don't think Perkins has been in yet. Cruz Boren subbing in the game also for CJ.
Oh, number 12 is Nick Folk.
Oh, okay. New haircut.
Yeah.
Hard to.
New haircut. He got taller and
Throwing down the line off of Krumrine for the Cougars. Will stay Bulldogs ball.
is the next game Carthage and Webb?
Yes. Ball cleared up top. I'm not sure who that is on the ball. Is that Mason Cowger?
I believe that's Mason Cowger. Good-
Throw into
good
Helton.
throw.
Enrider tackles. Played
Gavin-
across the box. Dangerous play. Shot by Gavin Cowger. Goes just wide.
Real nice series there. Playing that ball back to Gavin. Got a good left on it, just wide. All started with an aggressive throw-in. Quick aggressive throw-in.
We have a minute here. We'll take a look at that throw. That was Perkins that played that ball across. And Cowger was blocked as he ran in there. All right, back into play. Ben Schumacher in the middle of the field. Able to win the first challenge if he can keep it in. Schumacher on the run on the far side. Makes a move on Falk. And McGuire just decides to play it out of play. And Schumacher gives him a hug for it.
There's that familiarity without animosity.
So Cougars will keep possession.
Those two have played a little club ball together from time to time, some
Yep.
tournaments.
Clevenger comes on the ball. Stolen by the Bulldogs up ahead to Perkins. Perkins plays the through ball to Brown. Dole chases back as Anretter's in good cover position. Crumrine there to help. Brown and Dole challenging for the ball. Dole's able to get through the challenge, plays it down the line. Good ball, but rolls out of bounds.
And Isaac Brown's a sophomore. We don't have too many sophomores on the team. Mason Calger throwing it in is one as well.
Thrown into his brother Gavin. Down the line for Perkins.
Perkins timed that just right because he was close to offsides.
Back to an open Helton with the left.
That's
And Stewart's there for the save.
another good pass from Shea. Getting to a dangerous spot, passing back, let your guy tee it up.
Parker wins the first touch into space. Still on the ball. Parker plays it through. Schumacher comes in to steal. Perry tries to touch it back. Goes over his foot, out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Cruz Boren takes the throw. Up to Cowger. Ruben Brake defending. Cowger down the line. Meningus comes on to pressure. Anretter clears away. Throw in for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think Gavin was looking for somebody to flash in from the far side. Didn't see a runner.
4 minutes left to play in this session. Bulldogs leading 1-0. Brant Smathers checking in the game for Connor Perry. Spencer Jackson is in the game for the Cougars, also up top. Back to the action. Perkins sends it all the way across the backside. Brown will chase, but it's going to bounce over out of bounds. Throw in for, goal kick for the Cougars.
And you can tell the difference between a scrimmage and a game. Somebody be out there helping them jack those balls with 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Ball played out of the box, out of the back. Anretter to Dole. Played wide to Smathers. Smathers could have got called for a high kick there. Cowger fighting for position with Brake. Makes the turn. Cowger, the senior, with 3 freshmen defending. And the 3 freshmen did win the battle.
Yeah, he ran out of space. Had a nice turn. Again, looking for someone to flash in from the far side, and it wasn't there.
Cowger's wide open there, takes the shot, and Anretter's able to come up and sacrifice his body to get the deflection out of bounds. Max Anretter, a junior, we actually didn't think he was going to play over the summer. He decided that he was just going to focus on cross country, but talked him back into it. He's been a huge help for us on that back line. Big-bodied kid that just keeps growing.
Josh Helton making a good run to the touchline, trying to get a ball back into play, but ran out of space.
2 minutes left to play. Cougars take the restart. Dole's there for it. Plays it short to Meningus. Nixon Meningus, a freshman.
Cale Trosper back on for Josh Helton.
Ball over the top. Smathers can't get a touch on it. Goes out of bounds for throwing for the Bulldogs. Elliot Parker there to take the throw. Rolls through to Perkins. Perkins turns with his chest. Clevenger defending.
Perkins squares up on that. Did a good job cutting across.
Yeah, good communication there with him and Gavin Cowger as Cowger let the ball run, give Perkins his right-footed shot. McGuire comes up to play the header back in. Angle with his left up to Jackson. Parker there to get a touch. Parker into space. Elliot Parker on the run. Plays it wide. And Crumrine and Perkins challenged for the ball. Kermrine plays it out of bounds, throwing for the Bulldogs.
Tries to lay that off for Shea Perkins, but they weren't on the same page.
Into the middle for Trosper. Parker's able to win it back to Perkins. And good strike by Perkins, but right at Stewart. He's able to make the save.
Yeah, with a minute left, you want to take that shot, see if the goalie can't handle it, see if you get something on the rebound.
Dole back into possession. Chips it into the middle of the field. Headed back by Cowger. Perkins settles with his chest, is able to get the turn. Dole comes in and make the slide tackle. Denton tries to leave it for Cowger. Meningus comes in for the heavy tackle and gets called for the foul.
Yeah, it may have gone through Lucas a little bit there, but you won't always get that call. But I don't think that's going to get off in time.
You know, they did score on the last free kick, so
Yeah,
they're not going to give him this one.
there's always a gray area on a dead ball at the end of the game, whether the game ended or not.
Yeah, so high school rules, the clock does run out on a free kick. It would stop for a penalty kick. And, of course, it stops for a yellow card. So
What about a corner? Is it also?
no, but a yellow card, because there's a forced substitution, the clock does stop. All right, so Bulldogs victorious in that one, 1-0 on that own goal by the Cougars. So we will take a 5-minute break here, and we'll be back for the Carthage Webb City session. All right, we're back, ready for the Carthage Webb game, and we don't have a bulletin or roster or anything, so we know some of the names just from years of playing, but I don't know all of them, and I'm probably going to say some of them wrong, so just be forewarned.
Makes it a little tougher, a little harder to do the play-by-play when you don't know who it is.
Yeah, so Webb's going to play this game and then play CJ back-to-back. Webb in possession in the middle of the field. Cardinals have done a nice job in possession. They like to take that midfield pivot and drop back and reorganize. Too heavy on the touch, out of bounds, throwing for the Tigers.
This will be a good matchup. A little bit of contrasting style. Webb trying to control the game, slow it down a little bit. Carthage trying to press when they can and augment that with some plays out of the back that we saw in that first game with Carl, where they were able to push through.
Carthage into the middle. Fight for possession. That's Andretti, Diego. Ben hasn't played with Andretti, but they're going to be on the same team this next spring. Latham gets into the box. Good defending by Webb, using the body to shield, and Weston's able to come up out of the box and recover that ball. Good punt. That's Raymond for Webb on the right wing. Tigers head it back to the keeper.
And these two teams are conference rivals, so they'll be playing again in the regular season. Be fun to watch them play for a full 2 halves instead of 30-minute scrimmage.
Be interesting to know, maybe you know offhand when the last time Webb beat Carthage.
I can look that up.
Ball played to the near side. Carthage trying to get on the run. Into the middle, played through. Webb carries wide and decides to reset. Kicks out of play for a throw-in.
Was the last time Webb beat Carthage.
So it's been a few years.
It has. Carthage fairly dominant on all those.
Foul called on the Tigers. The Cardinals get a free kick. Ball headed down the line. Tigers will chase, but let it go out of play for a... Well, actually, did he settle that before it went out? Yep, it's still in play.
Looks like it.
Tigers over on the near side. Drop back to the back line. Good switch to the field by the Tigers.
Both these teams are bringing back quite a few experienced players, some starters from last year and some players that got a lot of playing time, but they both have some key players that graduated, so it'll be interesting to see how they adjust. I think both teams are missing some offensive weapons that they had before.
Tigers back to the back line.
Playing back to the goalie, trying to open the field up with a little bit of space, make the defense commit in the other. Xander coming in, taking that away.
Cardinals making a threat. Good job by the Tigers to eliminate it at the top and play it all the way up in a transition on the far side. 3 defenders back for Carthage. Tigers keep possession, get it to Aldo Sanchez.
Lightning fast transition there. It's hard to make that adjustment to get back on defense.
Across the box, shots taken, and Weston full out keeps it in play off the deflection.
Carthage content to play it out of the back a little, take their time, pick their chances. Pressed that one a little too much, gave it up, and Webb wants to make him pay for it. Foul on Carthage, so we'll get a free kick for Webb City here. I'm not sure what he's writing down there. I don't think he carded him, so not sure why he had his notepad out. Good ball into the box.
Wow.
You can't ask for a better one.
Yeah, I don't know, how he didn't get a touch on that, but
Yeah, I think he just had some trouble tracking it in, but it was so dangerous that it about went in on the bounce. And
7 minutes into this action. Tigers over the top.
Well played by Cade, coming out to get that. It was a dangerous ball. Rolls out of bound for a Webb City throw-in. Good challenge. Carthage does well to body up and let it roll out.
Yeah, that sure looked like it was going to be dangerous when that first bounced on that throw-in, but
Carthage,
Tigers just did a good job of keeping position.
Carthage real quick on that goal kick. They had 2 balls on the field.
Yeah, we were having that discussion the other day about as the center, if you have another ball in play, you probably should kill that.
I think it came in after he turned his head. So
Another dangerous ball in.
can't quite win the header though. Carthage knocks that one back out. You can tell what Carthage likes to do. Clear that ball out now. They want to get it over to that far side, get that runner going to the flag run if they can.
Yeah, it does feel like they prefer to play down the left.
Yeah, just as soon as we say that, they'll switch to the other side because they are that kind of team. Good enough to beat you a lot of ways.
Good ball.
Great ball through. Good instincts. Nice tackle. It's dangerous to make that slide tackle in the box, but if you do it under control, then it's really effective.
Yeah, he slid ahead of the the ball carrier, so it made it a less dangerous tackle. And the ball carrier dribbled into him instead of him taking out the dribbler.
Yeah. The risk there is somebody stands on the ball and lets you slide right by him.
Yeah, exactly.
And some turf burn.
Advantage called as the Tigers get a chance into the box. Corner kick is called.
Webb's defense is doing a real good job keeping their spacing, not letting people flash through. Real solid so far. Only shots from Carthage have been outside the 18, I think.
If you were to give an assessment right now, it's dangerous to say this with Carthage taking a corner kick, but do you have a sense of who's leading this game?
I think it's very evenly matched. I think Webb's had some good opportunities that they haven't converted yet. Carthage is just so dangerous all the time. It's hard to say that they're not doing exactly what they want to do at any given moment. You can see here they've got so many players up. They're controlling the ball back 30 yards from the goal. Webb's loath to come out, although the nice play right there. Number 4 is always dangerous. He's been making up the most ground of anyone. Cade with a real nice stop. Carthage getting that opportunity that they hadn't had before, so they finally get one into the 18 and take a rocket of a shot that Cade gets to knock out there. And I guess I'm using everybody's first name because I forget their last names.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable.
Been around these kids enough, and I heard their parents yell their first name but not their last name.
I like to go back and forth with using the first and last just because sometimes it's more formal to use their last.
Yeah. If we had a program, that'd help out a lot. Carthage kind of settling in, moving the ball around like they want to. Webb doing a good job of not giving them the space to make a play. Smart play there. He was tempted to play it back to the goalie, but I think that's exactly what Carthage wanted to happen. So getting that out for a throw in, that's a little win right there.
Ball into the box. Webb's able to clear it. Back into possession with the Tigers, though. Shot deflected by Cardinals. Another corner kick.
I think Webb would feel better if they got a little counterattack going here. They've done a good job shutting Carthage down, but they haven't been able to turn that momentum back around. Good swinging ball in. Cade gets his legs taken out from under him, but hops back up. Good hold up there. Looks for help on the wing. Tries to send it back in the middle. Carthage gets in the way. May have called a handball there. Quick free restart by Webb. Knocked out by Carthage. Webb City throw in. Got to keeper change with 10 minutes left. That's probably more of a Jamboree thing than something you'll see in a normal game. Not a lot of teams in this part of the state have very much depth at goalkeeper. Usually have one. Just a shade offside. He was trying to check back in, but didn't quite make it before it was kicked. Kind of an errant pass across there that Webb City is able to get the foot on, but can't quite capitalize on it. Carthage with a bit of build-up. Big ball in the middle. Headed out by Webb. Controlled by Carthage. Looking to play back. Webb pressuring. Gets the outlet to the side. Webb's able to move their defense up a bit. They've been pressed back against the goal for so long. Carthage swings it around the back. Looking to build up. Got a runner. Got two runners. Turns it into a foot race over to the flag. And they continue to like to flash up the left side there. Good challenge by Webb. Webb looking to counter. Good job holding the ball up. I think he was off again.
Yep.
It's tough because that was going to be a ball he could push through. Carthage had a runner going through. They like to get a little vertical now, and Webb does a good job cutting that pass off. Webb tracking back. Carthage defense swinging it around a bit. Carthage able to handle the pressure. Webb drops back. Seven minutes left, and Webb's starting to turn the momentum around a little bit. Carthage is just real savvy on the ball. They don't seem to crack under the pressure too much. Again, playing back to the keeper. Keeper sends one across, and Webb gets it back. Must have hooked him with the arm because he had pretty good angle on it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that he didn't get called for a handball there.
Oh, that could have been it.
I couldn't tell for sure, but
Webb with a big header.
foul called up here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the foul was. I was chasing the ball, and I don't know if I saw the contact. Must have knocked him while he was heading the ball because they had a little bit of advantage there if they could have played it. Carthage wins it back. Looks to push up fast. Again, up the left. I hope someone from New Heights is taking note of that.
Yeah.
That'd be coming up Dole side, I guess, or did Dole play on the right, Nelson on the left?
Meningus has been playing on the right.
Okay. And Carthage is on the New Heights schedule, right?
Yes.
And do you have Webb in the regular season?
We actually play Webb in our first game, but it's the Webb City shootout.
Okay, I didn't know if you had him twice.
Yeah, just that one game, but it's set on the schedule.
That's plenty.
Yeah. So New Heights plays Webb Friday at 1:30, and then turn around and play Branson Saturday, and those two games will determine their third game.
Those are two good Class 3 schools. Be a good test for New Heights.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that as the game gets longer, it's harder for the smaller squads to maintain. Oh, we got our lights turned on here. Let me flick those off.
The lights came on in the booth, and all I can see are lights now. There we go. Game's back. Carthage continuing to just control the game, looking for chances. Webb doing a good job shifting back and forth. Webb swinging the ball around, or Carthage swinging the ball around, and Webb adjusting. Really two evenly matched teams so far. You wonder how it plays out over a full game instead of a 30-minute scrimmage, but I think both teams have a lot of positives to take away. Webb trying to press, Carthage able to counter and get it back up the left. Webb seems to have caught on, and they're marking a little tighter over there. That's not Aldo on the left, is it? It's hard to tell. It's a long way over there.
I think Aldo's running in the center circle right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's 11. That's right. Carthage builds up. Webb pushes it back. Carthage controls and starts looking for space. They play that back, and Webb intercepts. Can't make a play on it, though. Carthage out wide, controlling. They'll either swing it around or play it up the left. Again, on the left side, Webb plays it out. We're not going to see that ball for a while.
Yeah, that may be the biggest difference in the Jamboree is that when you do that in a regular season game, that ball's already back in, causing a threat.
Found another one by the bench. Carthage came up with that to keep their counter going. Ooh, real nice shot, and
hit the bag of balls.
That's the rest of the balls there. So, but they worked that around, got a good shot at the 18, just wide of the goal. Good challenge, but one of the takeaways is Carthage graduated 2 seniors that had a lot of offense, and I think they're trying to figure out who's going to fill those shoes. Someone will. They're a team that makes enough opportunities. They just haven't decided who's going to finish them yet.
Yeah. Their JV squad was 16-2 last year, so they have plenty of success at that next level coming in.
Yeah, this is turning into a dynasty down in Southwest Missouri. They have 3 full teams, and sometimes they field a 4th, right? Freshman, sophomore, JV, and varsity. At least they have in the past.
Yeah, they don't call it a sophomore team, but yeah,
Okay.
They have a freshman, JV, varsity, and then a C team, which is I'm not sure exactly what that qualifies for, but
A lot of credit to them. They have a lot of boys come out, and they find a way to get as many on the field as they can. Webb with the free kick. Another good one, but just not the intensity on that one. I think they're ready for that last 10 seconds to wind down.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Webb City comes out. They get a 5-minute break and then they play CJ. So,
Yeah, that's tough, especially going in the third game that Webb will be playing. I think that's their third game, right?
yeah, it'll be both of their third games.
Yeah. And then Carl coming off the rest, maybe an advantage for him.
Yeah, it's hard to sit, but Webb also looked pretty tired in that game. So
They didn't sub a lot, and frankly, they didn't have that many players on the bench.
yeah,
I'm used to Webb City having a lot more depth, so I don't know if their JV team is otherwise occupied, and this is all their varsity only. Not sure what's going on with that because Carthage had about 2 full teams out there.
we'll get the scoreboard set up for the next game. All right, we're back. Ready for game 5. It's better than being down there reffing, that's for sure. Up
Yeah.
here in the booth, air conditioned.
I'm not sure you missed out on anything there. Maybe now that it's cooled off, but it's definitely nice sitting in the air conditioning up here. So Webb and Carl, two teams that are natural rivals. No longer conference rivals, but they will be playing in the regular season, maintaining that rivalry. They'll be the first regular season game for Carl Junction, and Webb has a tournament this weekend, so this will be when they meet Carl, their third or fourth game of the season.
Yeah, it is a 3-game tournament, so they will have come off of they play 2 Friday and then a game Saturday, and then they play Carl Tuesday, I believe.
So they're guaranteed 3.
Yeah.
So Carl will be fresh. Webb will be coming off a tournament. Be interesting to see.
Carl, good patience there, winning possession, dropping back to Landahl.
Yep. Then back to Miller, looking to open the field up a little bit. Big ball up for Teeter to chase. Webb plays it back, and that's not Cade in goal. Calgary takes a shot, deflects off Webb City. Perkins controls in the corner, gets it across through 3 players. Can't get it through the 4th, though. Webb looks to counter. Trosper gets it back. Tries to get it over to Teeter. Webb intercepts. McGuire with the big header. And Webb plays it out safely.
Carl just owning this early part of the game. Everything's been down here in the attacking half.
Yeah, Webb maybe a little worn down from that last game with Carthage. I think they put in a lot of effort there. So Carl may try to use that to their advantage. Nolan Kauk with a nice one over. Calgary wants everyone to think he got chipped in the ankles. It may have happened, but not enough to get a call. Hammond fights for the ball. Carl knocks it out. Webb throw in. Carl knocks it again. Another Webb throw. Webb looks to get it across. No one's home. They track it down.
Boy, that was a dangerous ball that went across the box. It was that probably took 7 bounces before someone got to it.
That was, and boy, they almost sold the refs on that being a corner. It didn't look like it was, but we get 2 balls on the field again. Miller sizing things up, trying to decide where he wants to go with it. Doesn't get it where he wants it. Webb with the counter. Nice touch through.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spread on that goal kick to be so wide and then play it to the other team.
Yeah, that they got a lane open right away, and Josh Helton came in and with a good stop. Webb player got rolled up there a little bit. He's down, so I don't know if they're going to stop the clock for that or not. He's back up and on the field, so you don't want to see anybody get hurt in the Jamboree. It's just not worth it. Webb with the free kick. Decent ball in, but Blake Miller's there to corral it. Quick outlet to Shea Perkins on the other side. Shea pops one into the middle for Cowger. Touches it forward, gets a little too much on it, but
That was actually Kauk that got that header.
Oh,
Cowger and
you're
Kauk are
right.
both making the run.
They're starting to look more and more alike. Play a lot alike, too.
Yeah, that was such a nice ball by Perkins. Quick restart by Webb.
Mandel looking to contain. Webb plays it back. Dylan McGuire going to ground to stop that one. Very nice. No, that's not Dylan. Yes, it was Dylan. Good idea from Webb. Challenge from that 30 or 40 yard line. Try to get an edge on the defender. Webb knocks it out. Carl Junction forward. Teeter gets bumped. Looks like we're going to get Carl's going to get free kick. Josh Helton to take that. Sam Hammond to take that. Plays it forward to Helton. Taps it over to Teeter. Teeter takes a shot. It's wide. Good idea there.
Yeah, that's a dangerous strike by Teeter, cutting in from the left side. Didn't find the angle to put it on frame.
Yeah, it looks like he might have caught somebody on Webb City with a follow through, so he couldn't get around on the ball as much as he wanted to. Big goal kick by Webb. Lando plays it back to Miller. Miller looks for Helton. Runs out of rim. Be a Webb City throw. Brian, does that look like Xander Powers playing goalie for Webb City? Because I don't see him on the. Oh, maybe I see him on the field now. I see number 9.
Yeah, I don't recognize the goalie.
Real nice turn there. Yeah. Cowger gets away from his man. Gets knocked over from behind. Kale Trosper to take the kick. Good loft. Teeter can't beat his man. Dylan with a turn. Can't get away from the Webb defender. Webb said he gets it, but Carl's intensity on the challenge and playing in this third of the field is really well. Haven't seen that in the other 2 games, so we're seeing that intensity and challenging higher on the line.
I love when Gavin Cowger is going full speed. There's just that it factor.
Yeah, there's a little bit of controlled chaos to it. You never know what he's going to do or where he's going to go, but he gets there fast. Webb with the throw and trying to challenge up the field. Carl does a good job on taking that away. Looking for Teeter. Webb cuts it off. That'll be a Carl Junction throw in. Back to Helton. Taking his time. Sends one through. Looking for Perkins. Comes up a little short. It's a good idea if you can start that run a little higher. You can catch the defender further off the ball. Webb with another just real big kick. Able to turn a drop kick into a challenge. Lando with a real nice stop. Webb plays it back to the 18. It's a dangerous ball. Carl does good to get in front of it. Tries to lay that off for Teeter, but leaves him just a little behind. Once Kauk and Teeter get synced up, they're pretty potent on offense. Webb with a good challenge. Low shot to the corner. Blake goes down and gets it.
Good attack by the Cardinals. They probably wishes he could have that shot back, but he got into the box and got a chance for a good clean strike.
Calgary catches a Webb City player with a bit of a foul, so Webb will have free kick. Really good kick. One of the Webb players laid off on that run, and the other one came in and still made a challenge on it. Blake's able to corral it, takes his time, deciding where he wants it to go. Looking for Teeter up the left. Zach gets ahead on it, but Webb cuts it off. Ball through to Shea Perkins. A little heavy on the touch. Shea almost gets there. Webb City keeper out to a Webb City player who misplays it. Perkins takes it away. Shea really wanted that one, but the ball wasn't there anymore. Got a bit of a Webb City player there. Good build-up, good intensity. Forcing Webb to make passes they don't want to by challenging them on this side of the field. It's really starting to pay off. Another good goal kick. Webb's able to turn that into attacking into the box. Lendl contains.
Oh, good save.
Yeah, drop back to just in front of the 18. Takes a shot to the corner low, and Blake anticipates it. That's an example of a veteran goalie knowing his lines. Took away a real hard shot. Helton tries to control the ball, gets knocked down. Free kick, Carl Junction. Looks like Ryan Landell's going to take that one.
Hammond took a knee. He's hurting.
I think we got Parker going in for Hammond, Carson Keller going in for Zach Teeter, and Jaden Walker going in for Shea Perkins. I don't know if I've seen Webb make a sub yet. They're looking a little tired, and Carl's anxious to have some fresh legs out there. Landell plays it up. Carson with a challenge. Webb City controls it, though. Hunter playing higher up the field, able to make Webb turn it around and bring it back. Webb gets it all the way across. They've got a player coming up the left. Pulls it back, swings one in. Parker's lucky to get a header on it. The
Offside flag is up.
AR's calling that a deflection and not a playback, so the player was still offsides. The distinction being whether it was intentional or not.
Yeah, definitely off of a header you wouldn't reset, so that's the right call if he was off on the play.
Yeah, I think we'll look at the replay, but he didn't.
I don't know if I actually grabbed it in time. I didn't grab it in time.
He was a solid 2 yards offside, though. AR was in the right spot to make that call for sure. Blake plays it up, ping pongs around a little bit. Carson Keller comes in, and then Gavin plays it all the way back to Blake. I don't know if that was the plan, but it worked out.
And they let him pick it up.
Must have called that unintentional. And I don't think he meant to. Blake plays it up. Xander Perkins with a nice stop. Can't quite control it. Gavin trying to come up the side. Jaden Walker beats a couple of Webb players. Looking for space to get a ball across. Pulls it back. Keeps it in. Gets pushed in the back and draws the foul. That'll be a free kick for Carl. Pretty dangerous spot to take a kick because you get a lot of the ball coming across the goal here. Kale Trosper, I believe, is left-footed, so he's going to swing that one in.
Dangerous ball. Oh! How did that get through everyone?
Couple Colorado players had a good chance to get ahead on it, and it still almost went in. I think everybody would want another shot at that. It's early in the season. Keep working on those and get that timing right.
Take a look at this shot again.
Oh, man. I'm probably biased, but what are your thoughts on control of this game so far, Brian?
Well, I think Webb's had the better opportunities on the goal the last several times. If I were to guess the result, I'd say Webb's gonna win the possession battle. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty evenly matched. It seems like Webb's doing a better job of maybe countering fast and getting a quick shot off. Carl's doing a little more build-up than they're known for.
Yeah, Webb's had 2 dangerous shots from 8 to 10 out that I think they would want back if they could. But CJ certainly could have answered on that free kick.
Webb with the corner there. Parker knocks it out to Carson Keller, who sends it across to Jaden Walker. Jaden's dispossessed. Josh Helton now challenging, forces the error. Calc lines one up, tries to get it over the top for a running Helton. Webb looking to counter. Dillon cuts it off. Gavin Calgary with a little time, puts a ball in the middle to Nolan Calc. Goalie comes way across, and Carson Keller almost got to it.
Yeah, that's a good read by the keeper to come that far out to get that ball. That's a dangerous play if he stays back.
Yeah, I think if Carson gets a touch forward on that, it's a one-on-one. Goalie with a good kick. Parker with an arm to the back on the Webb City player. Lando controls the ball. Lando gets fouled late. That'll be a free kick for Carl. Lando to take that. Nice thing about high school soccer, you don't see a lot of guys laying on the ground for an extended period of time unless they are actually injured.
Yeah.
So don't miss that.
I think that the MLS had that clock strategy initially, but then when they went to their trying to be more European, they changed to the arbitrary clock.
Yeah, if you're trying to bring in those European players at the end of their career, I guess you got to cater to them a little bit.
Yeah. But the high school and college clock rule just makes, as Americans, we understand that the clock stops when there's not a play instead of just an arbitrary add-on at the end. Although I did get this cool watch that I'll have to show you at our break. Just got this in yesterday that has a football specific or soccer specific stopwatch that adds time. It continues the count, but then adds
so
stoppage time.
You can tell it when to start adding stoppage time. That's cool. You don't get that opportunity too much in high school because the clock is king unless you know something's wrong with it.
Right. In high school, this watch isn't any good, but it is for doing the USSF games.
Webb challenging up the left. Hunter Falcon does a good job to contain it. Looks to get it up to Jaden Moore, but it rolls out. Webb throw in. Challenge from Kale. Challenge from Dillon. Get the ball up to Jaden.
Oh.
They got tangled up. I don't know if there's going to be a call there. What?
Oh, red?
I'm
That must have been dissent.
It must have been. I don't know what he said. Yeah, Jamil's indicating it was dissent. That's a point of emphasis for Misha. At least it was last year. I assume it is this year. Going straight red, that's a little rare, I think.
Well, if it's language, it is a red.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're arguing, it can be a yellow for dissent, but if you're cussing, and we don't know what he did, so
No, we're up in this box. I can't even guess.
Yeah.
Other than what the referee indicated that it was a verbal related red card. So Carl's down to 10. Still challenging hard. Nolan Kauck tries to get there. Jaden Walker with a late tackle. He's going to get a card. Gets the yellow. He'll have to come off. Looks like Shea Perkins is coming on.
was it Walker that got the yellow?
Yeah. He was late on the tackle. I think everybody's trying to kick it into an extra gear there and need to keep their wits about them. These two teams have long history, natural rivals, continuing to play each other even after conference realignment. So it'll be a fun one next Monday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night, right?
No, we start out on a Monday and then go to Central on Tuesday. So
Oh, you do?
It's a tough start to the season.
Okay,
'cause
so it's Labor Day.
I thought it was. Maybe it's Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll have to check that. I know we're going back to back though.
Webb gets into the box, still being defended. Corner kick.
It's September 3rd. We'll see if that's a Monday or not. Correct. September 3rd is a Tuesday. Wednesday they'll go to Central. Tough start to the season. Central won the district last year, returning a lot of starters and a lot of depth. Webb City with a corner kick here. Ball ping pongs in and out of the box. Looking for the outlet to Carson Keller, but Webb gets there first. Ball goes back in. Blake does a good job to corral it. Looks for target. Plays a little shorter to Gavin. Tries to flick it over to Shea. Gets too much on it. Webb controls. Last year, Carl played Central into 2 overtimes and lost the golden goal late in the game. Again, they were down to 10 players after a tough red card foul call.
Was that at Carl?
That was at Carl, so this time they'll be headed up to Springfield.
I think I remember that game. Was that a Quinn that got that red
That was Quinn. Yeah.
on the far right side?
Yeah, he got it on the far right side. It's questionable whether it was a dogso, as they say, denial of obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Quinn's playing at Drury now, which is right by Central, so
Oh, cool.
hoping he'll make an appearance. Root on his old team.
Minute left to play. Oh, that's a good ball.
Finds an open man. Lando does good to shut that down. Parker pokes it out. Webb controls. Looking to get an angle and another shot in. It's wide. About 50 seconds left. We'll see how long it takes Blake to get a ball back in play.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if that ball lands before the clock runs out. Well, he had one right there. Okay.
He did, but I'm not sure he's going to let that go in play. Down 10 in a scrimmage, 30 seconds left. You haven't conceded. I think you take the moral victory. Plays it short, mishandled a little bit. Webb does get the ball, and we'll have another chance.
Cout came in
Cal-
strong.
Yeah, he did. I couldn't see who it was. He was moving so fast. Yeah, Calc's moved back to play kind of a defensive midfielder position. Trying to keep this one 0-0.
And that's the final horn. All right, we're back. We've made it to Game 6 of the Jamboree. Brian Schumacher and Brad Parker up in the booth. Are you picking up? Can you hear? I don't feel like I'm picking you up through the audio there. Can you? Okay, try again. Did you by chance get it muted? Now try.
Is this any better?
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
back. A lot of good soccer tonight, so we're finishing up with the last game, Carthage and New Heights. Two teams that are probably pretty tired right now. New Heights has had an hour break, but I don't know if that benefits you too much. At a certain point, sitting for that long and trying to rewarm yourself back up, probably like starting out pretty slow. And it looks like New Heights is coming out kind of in a defensive set kind of mindset. Want to control that pressure from Carthage. And look like they can maybe counter with Michael Perigin up top.
Perigin's going to challenge early. Goalie's out of the box, and he just clears it out of play.
Well, that's exactly what you want to happen right there. If you got Michael Perigin running across and containing 4 Carthage defenders, so if they're all drawn to him, then that gives you an opportunity to flash somebody up on one of the wings.
Carthage in possession, make the good 1-2. Ball played through. One more pass, and great save by Stewart.
Carthage did a good job working that in and getting a real nice opportunity. Keeper knew his lines and made that a hard shot.
Meningus wins the ball out of bounds, throwing for the Tigers. Perigin comes back to help. Tigers play it to the back line. They got a very high goalie. He's all the way up 15 yards from the midfield. I think if Perigin steals it, he'll try to take a long shot.
Yeah, I think you could almost score that one from your third if you get it over him.
Tigers to the top. Anredder uses his chest to defend. Brandon Schumacher on the far side is able to clear it out of play and throw in for the Tigers.
Nothing wrong with getting that out of bounds, leaving that pressure a little bit, let your defense get back to where they want to be, get that spacing right.
Thomas comes over to pressure the ball. Ball sent into the top of the box. Nangle's able to clear it away. Tigers back in possession on the near side. Meningus comes in and clears it down the line. Perigin will chase. Meningus there to help. Meningus tracks back. Tries to send it back. Deflected off the Tigers. Still a cluster for the ball.
Maybe a handball in there.
Tigers will get the free kick.
New Heights making some opportunities there just through sheer power of will.
Tigers on the far side of the field, played into the left corner. Brandon Schumacher comes up to defend. Carried across the frame. Nangle on the ball. Diagonal run into the corner. Nelson goes for the tackle and corner kick for the Tigers.
Never ideal to give up the corner, but I think that was a good solution there.
Ball in the middle. Meningus is able to clear. Persian challenges for the ball. Tigers cleared away. And it will be a throw in for the Cougars. Persian in the middle of the field to Clevenger. High bouncing ball. Clevenger is able to settle it with his chest. Looking to turn. Switches the field. Thomas was checking back though. And it's going to roll all the way out of bounds in the final third for the Tigers.
It's a good idea. You just got to be in sync on those. Good way to counter Carthage, though.
Ball into the middle of the field. Carthage gets the touch into some space. Anrider steps, gets a touch. Tigers back into possession. Clevenger challenges and gets called for the foul, I believe. Or is it just a throw in?
I think it was just a throw.
Just a throw in for the Tigers.
He got him a little bit with the body, but probably not enough to justify a call.
Down the line again, and Nelson's there to clear it away.
UN's doing a good job disrupting these attacks from Carthage. Playing the ball out just stops that momentum really fast.
Tigers swinging it around, switching the field to the far side. Thomas comes up to play the ball. They find the middle pivot. Schumacher's able to deflect to Thomas. Stolen back by the Tigers. Sanchez working across. Nangle helps back and gets a touch but can't possess. Tigers pushing in. Dribbling in, and Anrider's able to clear.
So, 6th game, we suddenly have ball boys appear.
Perigin chases the back line. Tigers dribble across, find the open player in the middle, and drop back again to possess. Switch to the far side. Brandon Schumacher comes to give pressure. Played across the box, and Nelson's able to send it over the top of the goal. It'll be a corner kick for the Tigers.
Good instincts to get that out. You got to know when to play it forward, and sometimes you got to give up the corner.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they could have communicated that, because Rush was there. You know, if he could have called for that ball and not have Nelson clear it, but better safe than sorry.
Good ball all the way across. Carthage didn't have a runner on the backside.
Meningus will take the throw in for the Cougars. Thrown down the line. Tigers put it back in the middle of the field. Latham on the ball, sends a shot in. And pretty harmless bouncing ball into Stewart. Stewart punts it away, side spinning ball to the far side. First touch by the Tigers up into the air. Tigers possess into a turn. Played to that favorite far side. Anrider comes in and wins the slide tackle into possession. Plays it down the line for Thomas. Still in play. Oh, no, he's got the flag up.
That was real close. Would have been a nice play if it stayed in.
Some subs coming in the game. Back into play. Tigers drop it all the way back. Not sure what just happened there. Nangle wins the throw in. Up ahead to Perigin. Nangle's a freshman from Macaulay. This New Heights team is a co-op team with Macaulay Catholic. Perigin and Nangle and Anredder are all from Macaulay. Anredder defended on the ball. Oh my goodness, shot taken. Stewart just got caught out of position.
That's tough. He may have been shielded a little bit. Couldn't see it come through until it was a little too late.
See if you can look back at that on replay. That ball just cut across. And the Tigers lead 1-0. Back into the action. Ball into the middle, stolen by the Tigers. Thomas steps up and plays it forward to Perigin. Keeper's there to clear it away into possession for the Tigers. Perigin still challenging. He wins it. Into the box, takes the shot, and hits the side net.
That had a real chance of going in. Perigin making an opportunity out of it seemed like nothing there. Carthage hasn't really been able to shut him down.
Carthage with a lot of space. He'll carry to take the space, playing over the top. Schumacher on the backside defending the runner.
Flags up.
Free kick on the offside call for the Cougars. Clevenger, good ball over the top as Perigin chases. Latham gets a touch with the head. Nangle comes in, chipped over the top. Perigin tries to get a touch, but the Tigers are able to get into possession. Into the middle of the field. Clevenger comes over to help. Played wide. Schumacher defended in the corner. Anredder comes over to help. Schumacher's able to clear it away to Thomas. Thomas plays it down the line. And the Tigers will reset at midfield. Into the pivot. Ball played through again. Anredder comes over to the corner to help. Schumacher comes to cover. Good challenge by Clevenger to knock it away. To the top, Perigin's back helping. Clevenger chasing, played to the near side. Shot taken, good effort by Nelson to come in and deflect the shot away. Schumacher shielding on the far side. Still in play.
Keeps it in.
Plays it up to the midfield and the Tigers steal. Ben Schumacher comes in to challenge.
New Heights with 9 field players coming back on defense and sometimes 10. Really taking up the space and keeping Carthage from getting quality looks.
Nelson will take the throw. Tigers first to touch, send back to the middle. Clevenger's there. Settles it with his chest but can't control it. Tigers steal. Clevenger playing physical game there in the middle. Tigers keep control of the ball. Clevenger steps in and clears, and that will be a throw-in on the near side for the Tigers.
Carthage swapping goalies again. That's the second game they've done that. About 20 minutes in. Looks like they're going to start using their depth a little bit. They've brought on 2 other field players.
Back into the action. Tigers played out of the back. Thomas comes in to challenge, is able to steal it, plays it over the top to Perigin. Latham comes back to win the first touch, cuts it back into the middle of the field. Angle comes up to pressure, over to the near side. Meningus comes in and makes a good tackle. Throw in for the Tigers.
Perigin continuing to get quality pressure, even playing that solo striker spot with Angle coming up and helping him.
Ball played across the middle. Tigers good switch of the field on the one-touch passing. Thomas over to help. Chipped over the top. Anredder rises up and heads it back down.
Looked like a good timing run. I didn't see the flag go up. So Carthage testing that New Heights defense in different ways now.
Tigers back in possession. Played it to the near side. Sending the cross into the box, but it goes all the way through. Well defended on the backside. Goal kick for the Cougars. Clevenger back for the kick. Sends a driving ball in. Tigers are first to touch.
Played it on the ground a bit, but there was no one around. So.
Yeah, Schumacher's got to come in and challenge that to draw the dangerous play. Punt to the middle of the field. Latham and Perigin fighting for it. Schumacher gets a touch, plays it over the top.
That's a nice ball.
Perigin on the run, trying to track it down. And Schumacher's got to talk to him there, because that ball's got to be passed rather than kicked.
Yeah, you want to take the time, pull that back, get a look. I think he was a little closer than he thought he was, maybe.
Yeah, Schumacher made the run, but he didn't. You gotta ask for that ball if you're gonna make that run, because Perigin's been used to not having anyone up there.
Carthage gets away with a handball on the keeper. That was played that back, and keeper touched it and then didn't pick it up. Could have been called an indirect free kick in the box.
Thomas takes the throw into Perigin. Perigin lets it run and makes the turn. Gets into the box and cleared away. That was a dangerous opportunity for the Cougars.
That was a real nice touch. Getting that right over the Carthage player and setting himself up. Carthage did a good job to contain it, but Perigin continuing to pressure on his own there.
Ball played all the way back to Stewart. He'll drop back into the penalty area to pick it up. He's going to switch the field over to Meningus on the near side. Meningus plays it back into the middle. Dole steps up. And
I think they got him with a handball.
on Andrew. Who is the handball on? Did it hit off Dole?
I think it was off Dole. Carthage about 24 yards out on this free kick. Pretty dangerous spot. You can strike it pretty hard and get it to drop down in the goal from that far. Gets it into the wall, though.
Tigers in possession, tackled by Dole.
Dole gets the ball first. It's a dangerous tackle, but he was under control.
5:55 left to play here in this final matchup. Ball played in, headed away by Anredder. Clevenger puts it up into the air. Perrigan's there, lets it bounce, trying to fight for position. Schumacher's there to pressure the ball. Tigers are able to make the turn. Clevenger tracks back to defend. Carthage chipped into the box. Dole with his left clears it away. Perrigan challenges one-on-one on the near side. And the Tigers clear it away again. Throwing for the Cougars. Perrigan there to take the throw. An angle running, so is Schumacher. Schumacher gets the turn. Tries to play it through. Latham's there with his feet to settle. Into transition for the Tigers. Clevenger makes the shoulder charge. Tigers get back to the ball. Meningus wins it with his feet, and Nelson comes over to clear it.
Carthage trying to take advantage of a counter there where New Heights had moved up on defense a little bit. Gave them a little space to run, but they did a good job shutting that down.
Clevenger steals. Looking for the counter. Deflected away by the Tigers. Thomas tries to get it to Schumacher, but off the mark. Still loose in the middle. Schumacher wins it. Tries to play it through the middle to Perrigan. First touch by the Tigers. And into possession. Into the pivot, able to turn. Switch to the far side. Thomas defending in front. .330 left to play. Angle comes over to challenge, and Meningus is there to help. Gets through. Nelson steps in and clears, but into possession for the Tigers. Tigers again reset.
Carthage content to control the clock a little bit, swing the ball around, find a gap, and then play in through that.
Into space, to the top of the box. Shot taken and sent over the goal. Sub coming in for the Tigers. I don't think the Cougars have subbed this.
I was just going to ask you that. I think I agree.
Ball played into the middle. That's Clevenger working for position. Tigers steal at the top of the box, take the shot. Stewart gets a touch.
It's a good stop.
And that's a save. Corner kick for the Tigers. 2:20 to play. Yeah, this isn't a extremely tiring style of defense to play for the Cougars, playing this low block, other than for Perrigan, who's having to run the whole field.
I'd like to know how many miles he's ran tonight.
Schumacher comes up to pressure the ball on the sideline.
Perrigan's putting in a lot of work.
Anredder comes over to the corner. Brandon Schumacher in cover. Thomas steps in and deflects, and it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Shot from distance. Stewart's there to make the save. Stewart punts it away into the middle of the field, headed up into the air. Perrigan's there. He's trying to settle it down. Latham defending. Perrigan plays it through. And it looked like that could have been a handball. Not sure what that hit on Latham, but he knocked it away. Tigers clear it. throw in for the Cougars on the far side, under a minute to play. Throw into the box. Schumacher is there.
great
Gets a
throw.
touch off the
Oh.
post.
Unlucky.
Foul called. I think the Cougars were desperate to foul there.
Yeah, they wanted to get that back or slow this down.
Yeah, because they're all committed up, so Tigers could cause some trouble here. Perigin gets the ball back.
20 seconds left, and Perigin may make another challenge here.
Played through to Thomas.
Good idea. Didn't quite get through.
Tigers back into possession. Under 10 seconds to play. Played down the line. Back into the middle of the field. Clevenger's there. Clevenger should take the shot from there. And that's the game. Well, fun ending. Cougars couldn't find a goal, but pretty close.
I think
Ben
that
off
was
the-
well played. They did a good job absorbing that attack and then turning it around and getting some good opportunities, especially there at the end.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. On behalf of New Heights Christian Academy, we thank you for watching. Brad Parker, thank you for being my guest tonight and helping out with the commentary for Carl Junction as well as the other teams.
Thanks for having me. I had a blast.
And we'll see you guys next time.